All right, and welcome. And we have another guest here on board. And this guy is coming straight from, actually, he's currently in Lebanon, Tennessee, and he's getting ready to perform. And so we're going to grab him for a few minutes and chat with him. But this is Cliff Waddell. And hey, Cliff, how's it going?
Hey guys, going well, going great.
Excellent. So
thanks for joining us. Yeah, thanks
no
for joining
problem.
us, Cliff. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So what's going on in Lebanon, Tennessee?
Tonight, the Freedom Convoy is rolling through town, and so I'm going to be playing for those guys. I've heard there's miles and miles of truckers coming in to support, freedom, and so they're stopping here. And as I was coming, there's people all parked up beside the road, like the parade's coming through. People are just sitting there waiting on the trucks to come through.
Wow.
So I'm kind of anxious to see it myself,
Yeah, definitely. And I'm just curious too, if they're going to stop and watch the concert. I wonder where they're going to park.
Yeah. I'm wondering where I'm going to park.
Yeah, right.
I haven't figured that part out yet.
I was just wondering if you're selling yourself short. Maybe all them cars are there to see you, Cliff.
Well, I mean,
hey, that's how
we're all there. We're all there for the same reason. So, hopefully.
Good point.
Yes.
Yeah. Most definitely. Cliff, let's kind of get a little bit of background on you and, find out where your love for music came from and kind of when you started playing and started doing your thing.
Yeah. Well, I was born and raised around music. Was blessed to have a family that, especially my dad loved country music, bluegrass. Never played on a professional level, but, certainly, jam sessions at the house every weekend and in the kitchen all night long. Listening, just watching. And so I grew up in a bluegrass setting, went to a lot of bluegrass festivals growing up. And from the time I turned 16 and got my driver's license, I joined a bluegrass band, and I did that for a good 10 or 12 years. Cut a few records with the bluegrass band that I was with then. And we've all kind of moved on into our own things at this point in life. And I chose to start pursuing my songwriting and, my just the country side of things about 5 years ago. And
that's funny you say that, because I seen that, Jeff, your manager, he had let us know that you actually put out your first album was a Christian album. Is that correct?
It was. It was a Christian country album.
Outside of the bluegrass band, obviously. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, so the story behind that is actually the initial concept at that time was I wanted to do something unique and different. In a bluegrass bands, you're always going to hear your bluegrass gospel songs no matter where you're playing at and so forth.
Right.
And I just kind of wanted to apply that same concept to country. And so I wanted to write an album, 7 songs that were just good, solid country songs that had a good message to them of some sort. The type songs that you could listen to in the garage, at night, doing whatever, and I felt like that
fixing
was
the car, talking with the boys, whatever.
Yeah, just whatever. It's just it was that kind of music. It's not something that's just intended for, a church or
right.
It's intended for real people, and at the end of the day, that's what we all are. But that album eventually led to, I was going to have my bluegrass band come in and kind of, do the tracks with me. And long story short, it ended up being produced by Quentin Mills, who was a big Southern gospel guy.
Okay.
He and I did a duet to his song, I Found the Lily in the Valley. And through him, I met James Payne, who is my current producer out here in Nashville. And things just really, the wheels just started turning. I just kind of hopped on board and just started riding. And, but yeah, that Christian country album was just kind of just something I wanted to do and had no idea where it would lead to. And here I am now, 7 years later, and, doing what I do. So.
Okay. And you had mentioned you did a song with Quentin Mills, and is that the one that's called Restored?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Now with that, I was looking at a couple of the songs in there, and one of them is Dear Whiskey, Windows in My Soul, Put a Little God in It. Now with that Dear Whiskey song, is that something that's personal as far as what you've experienced? Like, are you sober, or what's the deal?
So, we've all had, I've never had that song was actually inspired from a good friend of mine.
Okay.
That I knew years ago. And about 20 years prior to this particular time, he had been involved in a car accident.
Oh.
And, there was a fatality involved, and it completely changed his life. And, so I wrote that song, he kind of inspired that thought process to me, and that's where that song came from. But I've always said that's that song really relates to what any vice in anybody's life, whether it's whiskey, beer, drugs, whatever. Food. I mean, there's a vice
any
of all
addiction,
sorts.
Right?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, that's where that song was inspired from, and that's actually one of my favorite songs on that album. So funny.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was listening to that before we joined on Zoom, and it's like, yeah, I really like that as well.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Good. And then we fast forward 7 years later, and you got a new one coming out, right? You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yep. So I've always wanted to do a country record, and here I am. I got an EP that we worked on it all year last year. Five of the 7 songs. It's another 7 song. I don't know what it is about that. It's just a good number for me. But 7 songs on it, and 6 of them are country, and one of them is actually a reproduction of the Church Pew that was on the Restored album.
Oh, wow.
So what we did was my current album has, Buddy Hyatt, Brent Mason, Joel Keys. I mean, some of the Nashville mega pickers that have been on so many country records through the years. And the Church Pew is the song that actually got everything started for me with both the Restored album, and that's just a very special song to me. And so we recut that out here and kind of gave it a modern life to it that we kind of always wanted it to have, and that's the 7th song on my new EP, which is why it's called A Six Pack and a Sunday.
That's kind of why I asked you about the Restored song, because it's like, there you're talking about Dear Whiskey, and then all of a sudden 7 years later you're talking about 6 packs and a Sunday. So.
It's a 6-pack of songs, not a 6-pack of beer.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
All right. And, good to know.
So I like go ahead.
So, I was just going to say that, we just want to make sure we're pushing your social media out there. You can find them, Cliff Waddell Music, on Facebook, Instagram. And he said he's even starting to get into the TikTok game here a little bit. And, you can get a hold of his music management group, roadsidemusicmanagement.com. And there you can see all your touring info. And you said you even have some songs listed on that website as well. So,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And you mentioned Roadside Management. And when did you get hooked up with Jeff and that crew?
Yeah, I've been working with Jeff now for coming up on a year, right at a year now. So, that's been a blessing. Jeff has allowed me to do what I do and not have to, stress or struggle over the things that I can't do, which is, we all do what we do. And, so I've been working with him for about a year, and that's been going really well.
Okay. Yeah, from us talking with him, he seems like a real good stand-up dude, and he seems like he has a lot of passion. So that's got to be reassuring to you,
Heck yeah,
most definitely. He's on it, and we work well together. He knows how to bring me back down, and or he knows how to kick me in the tail and get me out there too. So,
that is important. It is.
Yeah, it is. It's very important, and so.
Keeps you grounded and keeps you on pace.
Yeah. you know,
So
we get kind of caught.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask you if you get together with the other guys in the group as well. Like we talked to Seth a few months back. Do you guys all kind of hang out and hang out and do some stuff together? Or?
Yeah, he's kind of based out of the Texas area, and
right.
so schedules don't normally align. We've not had a chance to yet since we know each other well. We communicate and so forth. But yeah, I've met we all stay in contact and keep in touch with what we're doing. And Seth is a great artist. I love his new stuff too. I mean his and Tanner. But yeah, they're all great guys. Just we're all buddies, and we do what we do. And
yeah, I just wondered if you guys had ever thought about collabing. I guess that's the only reason I brought it up. But
I have, but we haven't talked about it yet. But I've thought about it. I have thought about it.
Yeah.
I love bringing that stuff together, and that's something that I definitely love to line up. Do
He's got
roadside music management show or something. So
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Seth, when I first heard Seth, like I was not expecting what I heard come out of him. Right.
I know. Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, like that guy is low, man.
Where'd that go? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and he loves country music too. That's huge.
I could tell.
Not only does he love country music, but even based on his one Facebook post, he likes the old style country music, right? Nobody with the blue jeans and sneakers going on in there. So
that's right. Yeah, he didn't like that too well. He didn't like that.
I heard he was getting a little bit of guff on that.
But
that was good stuff though. It was funny. I don't think he meant any harm by it. But of course, people are going to blow things up. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the era we live in, Troy. Everybody's got to be under a microscope, and no matter what you say, we're going to critique it. Unless it's good, then we'll just ignore it.
Yeah, and of course, and he was referring to the general,
right?
Of course, the modern day, not that particular. Yeah, right. It's just but hey, you got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
That's right. That's good.
They said that.
So what's on what's coming up on the burner here for you, Cliff? What do you got coming up show wise, and where are you heading?
Yeah. Well, I'm playing this tonight. Saturday night, I'm playing here at Music City Bar and Grill in Nashville, right in the Opryland area. Mm-hmm. That's my home bar here. I play. They're the ones that gave me my first gig.
Nice.
When I came to town, and I've been a regular there from day one. So yeah, you can always catch me in Nashville at some point during any week at Music City. I have that Saturday night. I've got a lineup in North Carolina coming up in March. I've got a bluegrass show on St. Patrick's Day in Wake Forest, North Carolina.
Okay.
They got a solo acoustic show as well in North Carolina coming up. So a busy month, and interviews. But
you wouldn't have it any other way though, right?
Yeah, right.
No, trust me. I have to stay. If I have nothing to do, it gets dangerous. I get locked inside my brain, and I just I have to just stay busy. So I love having stuff to do. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, speaking of that, and you getting lost inside your brain now, have you been thinking like in the next, I don't know, 1 to 5 years, like what is your goal? Like what do you want to be doing? Do you want to be playing stadiums, or you want to be going on tour with some big name, or like what is your ultimate goal as far as a musician? Because you're still pretty young, at least you're looking young anyways.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I've always said and this a lot of times people are just like, it's hard for me to narrow down my ultimate goal. I'm a firm believer in in my songwriting, my passion for country music, wherever that takes me to, whether it's a stadium or whether it's, I want to go as far as country music has it in the history books for me to go.
Okay.
And I believe in country music. I believe in songwriting. I believe in there's listeners out there that really just are wanting to hear it again. And, you know, so hopefully someday I can fill up a stadium full of, you know, country music fans like we used to do back in the 90s. And, you know,
I feel like country music, especially the older style country music, seems to be making a comeback, at least in my eyes. It does.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't know. I don't know if like Chris Stapleton, like, I don't know if he had a lot to do with that. But his popularity really blew up, and then, you know, kind of he has that old school vibe to him as well.
He it is coming. I think, you know, there's a season for everything, and
sure,
this new modern, you know, whatever people call it, bro country, or whatever you want to stamp on it. It's just a different style, and it's there's some of it's still good. But I think what it's done is it's just walked away from the genre. And I think people are ready for country radio to be country again, and I think people are just ready to hear country music again. And I meet people from all over the country every day, and that's what they all tell me. So I have no choice but to kind of listen. and that's what we've done with the new album. All these songs, while they're modern, you know, they got a modern feel to it, but the production of it, we kept that country. I mean, it's still fiddle. Joe Spivey, the same fiddle player that played Seminole Wind, is playing all over my record.
Nice. You know,
that's
awesome.
We've got that same feel to it, just with, you know, modern production. And so that's what I'm trying to do is bring that back, and hopefully it goes over well.
Well, you play your cards right, and maybe if luck turns out in the right way here, where you're at, you know, if all these truckers decide to get out of that truck, you know, you're going to be playing like a big giant stadium, or I don't know.
I know, right?
It'd be crazy. I think if it turns out the way I'm thinking it might.
That might be what we're doing tonight. So
is that going to be outdoors?
It's in the agriculture. It's probably going to be dependent upon the turnout, I would imagine.
Okay, right.
So,
what is that going to be streaming anywhere?
I'm sure it is. I don't know exactly where to tell you, but if you just search American Freedom Convoy, Lebanon, Tennessee, and I'm sure that's, you know. I was kind of reading about it today myself, just to kind of get some history.
We appreciate
on it. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you squeezing us in, because we knew this kind of came up for you last minute as far as the Convoy here. And so what went through your mindset? Do you already have like a set list kind of made out that you kind of just stick with, or how did you figure that out that you're going to play for tonight?
Yeah. You know, I've got I'm going to do a couple of my new songs I've got coming out, but I'm also going to do, I've got a few covers, you know, some of our old school stuff that we used to hear, you know, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, just some good Snowball, Headed for Hell, you know, type stuff, and
some good old fashioned on the road music, right?
yeah. I mean, this is one of them things I'm really gonna. I've got an idea for what I want to do, but I kind of say that loosely, because when I get there and see the crowd and see what the mood is, then you know how that can change everything in the, you know, split second. So I'm ready for whatever they want. I can, you know, I've got a game plan.
That's awesome. And and you're sitting in your car right now, Cliff. So we're looking as you're talking. I very occasionally, actually very often, I'm seeing cars pulling in behind you. So so it sounds like it's going to get pretty busy pretty quick. So. I think this might not be a bad time to let you go, because I know you don't have too much time on your hands. So
we appreciate you squeezing us in, Cliff, and have fun tonight. And again, you can find him Cliff Waddell Music, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and also you can find him on roadsidemusicmanagement.com, as well as the other artists that Jeff runs with him there, as far as Seth Reed and what was the other guy?
Tanner Birch.
Tanner Birch. That's right. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking Hunter, but Tanner. Okay. So look them guys up. Cliff, we appreciate your time. Go out there, and what is the 6-pack on a Sunday? Is that out right now?
Georgia is going to be the first single to be released off of it. It's titled Georgia, and that'll be available on all platforms digitally on Tuesday, March 8th. So
there you go.
Just a few more days, and go to YouTube, Spotify, wherever your music choice is, and type in Cliff Waddell, and it'll be right there. And I'd sure love it if they downloaded it.
Yes,
please do. Please do. So again, Cliff, thanks for your time. Kick ass tonight, buddy.
Yes.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you guys for having me, and I look forward to talking to you again sometime.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.